All right, this is the Yom Yom we're learning, Yom Yom. These are sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, which were collected and put into pamphlet form by the Rebbe, his successor. And it's a message in a way that it's a message for each day. Okay, here we go. This is sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. So he's saying, in 1887, my father, which is the fifth Rebbe of Chabad, he was elected the official of the Chevra Kadisha. As was customary, the custom was, he was led on, Chevra Kadisha means the holy society. Let's see what he says over here. Sacred society, preparing the dead for burial. That's the highest mitzvah of the highest order, preparing the dead for the raising of the dead. And in general, they were consulted, especially by the rabbi of the community, and they had to go and oversee everything in the community that was, matters of holiness, and to see that everything was going according to take care of people's needs, charity, etc. Nevertheless, his father was elected the Gabbai, the special official of the Chevra Kadisha. As was customary, he was led on Simchat Torah in a procession, in a big march to the synagogue, accompanied by all the people that were in Lubavitch. They were living in Lubavitch. At that time, he said a mimer, a Hasidic mimer, which began, Ein HaKodesh Baruch Hu Bo Betrunia, that God does not come with impossible tasks to the Jewish people. The end was that even the great minds, the greatest intellects and geniuses and holy people, they have to put aside their intellect and not be ruled by their reason or knowledge. Well, you have to know everything. You have to know as much as possible, but that should not be your main, guide in life. Because if you go according to your knowledge and your logic, your understanding, as superior as it may be, you are susceptible to be misguided by intellect to the point that you can have a bitter end. And again, I have to bring the same example, which maybe this elevates him to Yerovam ben Nevat, that he was a genius and he was higher than anyone else in his generation in learning Torah and knowing the secrets of the Torah. And nevertheless, because he went according to his own logic and he permitted himself to excuse his jealousy, so he came to a very bitter end. He sinned and made the whole Jewish people sin. The essential thing in these times, in the times of the Moshiach, is not to follow intellect and reason alone, but to do Torah and the commandments wholeheartedly, simple faith in the God of Israel. And if things happen that are the opposite of understanding, then it shouldn't dissuade you from doing Torah mitzvahs. And perhaps one of the best examples of this is communism. In communist Russia, before the communists came in, there was a very vibrant and active religious majority in Russia. The minority were the intellectual Jews that they wanted to, leave Judaism. They were affected by the culture of France and of Germany, but they were the minority. The vast majority of Jews were religious to one degree or another, right? There were synagogues all over the place. As soon as communism came in, they were so convincing and also so, threatening with their opposition to Judaism and to God in general. And they were so promising with, if you leave God, then there's going to be, look at what you have now, poverty, right? The confusion, the poor Jewish people suffering. You'll be communists, everyone will have money, everyone will be friends, will be lovely. Like they say, communism in a way did succeed to make everybody common. It made everybody commonly poor, except for the ruling class. But in any case, Jews left Judaism. And they had every motivation, every justification to do so. It was simply dangerous to be a religious Jew, to make a minyan, a gathering of more than 3 people, if it wasn't your immediate family, for any purpose other than communism. You had to have a special permission. You couldn't get permission to make a minyan, to daven, whatever. They had their big synagogues, but one or two, whatever, in Moscow or somewhere, but those were official. Those were official. You go, and there was like 2/3 of the people were spies. In any case, and we see that there were Jews that they didn't follow their logic. They didn't follow their logic, especially Chabad, but there was also other Jews also. Like I said before, tremendous numbers of Breslov Hasidim got killed. And there were other Hasidim, all the other, Jews, Litvish Jews and everything like that, that they held on to Judaism. But the reason they did it was because simple faith in God. Simple faith in the God of Israel. And that's what's going to bring the Mashiach. That's the whole idea now in the days of the Mashiach. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, God willing, I hope at 3:00 there will be a class. I hope so. If not, I'll make the class a little bit later, but I have to go somewhere today. So I will try, God willing. I will put up on YouTube the Chumash class from last year, which is the prophecy, the Haftorah. The Haftorah of this week, which the Haftorah of this week is from Malachim, from the book of Kings. The kings, that King David was about to die, right? And one of his sons wanted to usurp him, and right, Adoniyahu wanted to usurp the throne, and he got saved at the last minute. Interesting. Well, I'll put that up, and I hope I'll be here to finish the Sikha that we said. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Thank you very much for coming.